Good morning, welcome to another video with a guy and his projects. Today we are working on my wife's minivan. This is a 2008 Dodge Grand Caravan, 4.0 liter engine, SXT trim level, and we are doing the rear shocks. So the rear shocks should be replaced on a frequent basis, same with the front. A lot of people don't understand that shocks are a wear item, kind of like your engine oil, your transmission fluid, your differential fluid, your coolant. All of that stuff breaks down over the time and wears out. Your ball joints, everything, okay? Your whole vehicle wears down over time at different speeds. Your body wears out, your paint wears out, everything wears out. And shocks is one of those items that wears out more frequently than people tend to realize. So every manufacturer of a shock is going to have a different change interval or lifespan. So I don't know what the lifespan is on Mopars. I don't know what's installed on here currently. I'm going to be putting on some Mopar shocks. There doesn't seem to be a lot of aftermarket support for this van as far as suspension goes. You've got your typicals, you've got your Monroes, your KYBs, and a whole bunch of names I've never heard of before, which I'm always skeptical to put on, especially my wife's vehicle, because I mean, we haul the kids in here all the time, right? So I'm going with a Mopar brand shock. We're putting these in the rear, and I don't know what their lifespan is. I don't know what's even installed in here right now, but we're gonna put those on. These shocks are listed below. I wanna show you how to change them out. Let's do it. Always be safe and put your shocks on. So the first thing you're gonna do, you can do this on the ground. You might want to jack it up with a jack, get rid of the tires. It's going to make for a lot more room to work, but you can't do this on the ground. You can probably, honestly, you can probably do this without removing the tire. I can't with the camera. I got to get it out for the camera purposes, so let's do this. Before you lift it up, go ahead and break your lug nuts loose. Alright, so now we have this at a nice comfortable thing, which let me tell you is amazing. So, it's going to be pretty easy. You just need a little light for the camera quality. Alright, so coming in to look at what we got here. You have, this is your shock straight inside this little flimsy frame right here. This is your upper mounting bolt. That's an 18 millimeter, and I believe it's a solid nut. Oh shoot, it's not a solid nut. That could be a pain in the butt. So that's gonna come out. And then you also have one on the lower side. See if we can drop you guys down far enough. On the lower side right here to take out. So I don't know which one's gonna be best to tackle first. We're gonna go with the lower one so that if this needs to expand, it can drop down and expand. Oh, for this first one, we're going to need something on the back side. I'm hoping is an 18. Okay, so we're gonna pop this off. Okay. That off. There's your nut. No washer on the nut side. Oh yeah, it's starting to get rusty here. Or just corroded from the bushing. Okay, so now that is free. It can expand. So now we're gonna hit the top side. Looks like we have a nut tucked way back in here behind the AC lines. That could cause a small annoying problem. Let's see if you can get a wrench on it. So the more I work on Chrysler vehicles, the more I dislike them. The more convinced I am, I don't want to buy another. So we got our old one. So there's that. We're going to compare that with our new number, which I will link down below. There's the new one. So this This one I think as well is going to be easier to put in top first, just like we took it out. So it doesn't matter if the sticker goes up or down, no, because the sticker is already put on top of another sticker. That's Mopar for you. Check this out. This has probably been sitting in their inventory so long that the sticker wore off and they had to put another sticker on top of it. Tell me that ain't great. See how that's all ripped up and torn up? They just threw another sticker on and sold it to me like brand spanking new. For all I know, this is a used part. Anyway, moving on. So we're gonna put this up in here. Okay. Getting this nut on sucks, but it's doable. Okay, so the nut's on. You're gonna get your other bolt ready, and we're going to compress this until it fits up in there. There it goes. Put that nut on. Now we gotta look up torque specs. So typically on shocks, I've found that the upper mount and the lower mount have two different torque setting values. On this van, according to the service manual, it says 55 upper and lower. Well, it actually doesn't say upper and lower, it just says rear shock mounts 55. So we're gonna go to 55 foot-pounds for shock torque, upper and lower. Okay, so there's 55 foot-pounds on the upper. Now we'll do the same thing on the lower. So then on the lower, same thing. Grab your nut, back it up. Okay, once you think you're close, put your wrench down, grab your torque wrench. Make sure the stupid thing's powered on. And then again, 55 foot-pounds. There's 55. So now your shock's in there, nice and snug, should be good to go. So wheel lug nuts on this vehicle are 100 foot-pound torque specs. You might, if you don't have your e-brake set, you should have this on the ground or your tire's going to spin. I have the e-brake set, so my e-brake's still pretty good, so I should be able to do this. Yep, there's 100. Alright guys, it really is that easy. Those are the rear shocks on your van. This should be good for 2008 to 2018, I believe, but rear shocks in general are pretty simple. It is a pain in the butt getting to that top retaining nut, but it is doable with an 18mm box wrench. But yeah, so my shocks actually have some decent compression. Oh, it's funny though, because they have give spots where they'll just go easier and then they'll stop and they'll go easier. That's interesting to me. The bushings are very dry rotted, very cracked. So even if your shock, your fluid is still good, your valving is good, it's still worth not having cracked, dry rotted bushings. So anywho, that's that. If you like what you saw here today, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. I have a whole playlist on this van and our other Chrysler van. So if you have bad shocks, you're going to be blowing through tires, your ride quality is going to suffer. You won't even notice because unless it blew, it's going to be a slow transition and you're just going to end up with bounce and there's not going to be anything to absorb the road. So your tire's going to do that for you and your tire's going to and it's going to wear out the tread super quick. So it's worth having good quality shocks under your system. Anywho, I will link these down below. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.